Alright, let's dive into something that's been buzzing in the space industry lately, Rocket Lab's big move into Germany. But before you think this is just another corporate expansion story, hold on, because there's a lot more here than meets the eye. Here's the deal. Rocket Lab has just established a German subsidiary, Rocket Lab Germany GmbH, and personally, I think this is a game-changer for Europe's space ambitions. What makes this really interesting is the timing and the strategy behind it. Europe has been pushing hard for strategic autonomy in space, especially with the rise of commercial and defense-related satellite demands. Rocket Lab isn't just dipping its toes in the water, they're diving in headfirst by positioning themselves as a key player in Europe's sovereign space capabilities. Now, let's break this down. First off, Rocket Lab isn't starting from scratch. They acquired Mynaric AG, a Munich-based company specializing in laser optical communications terminals. From my perspective, this acquisition is a masterstroke. Mynaric's technology is cutting-edge, and by integrating it into Rocket Lab's ecosystem, they're not just expanding their product line, they're future-proofing it. Optical communications are the backbone of next-gen satellite networks, and Rocket Lab is now at the forefront of this in Europe. What many people don't realize is that this isn't just about manufacturing, it's about controlling the entire value chain, from production to launch. Speaking of launches, Rocket Lab's electron and neutron rockets are a big part of this equation. By offering European customers access to these launch vehicles, they are essentially saying, "We'll build your satellites and launch them too." This one-stop-shop approach is huge, especially for European nations looking to secure their space capabilities without relying on non-European providers. If you take a step back and think about it, this is Rocket Lab's way of becoming indispensable in Europe's space ecosystem. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Rocket Lab's CEO, Sir Peter Beck, talks about Europe's profound structural shift towards speed, commercial agility, and technical sovereignty. In my opinion, this isn't just corporate speak, it's a call to action. Europe has been lagging in certain areas of space tech, particularly in high-volume satellite manufacturing and rapid launch capabilities. Rocket Lab is stepping in to fill that gap, and they're doing it at a time when Europe is pouring billions into space programs. What this really suggests is that Rocket Lab isn't just expanding, they're positioning themselves as a strategic partner in Europe's space renaissance. One thing that immediately stands out is the focus on constellation-scale manufacturing. Europe needs thousands of satellites over the next decade for commercial, defense, and national security missions. Rocket Lab's plan to set up a regional hub in Germany for high-volume satellite production is a direct response to this demand. A detail I find fascinating is how they're leveraging their supply chain expertise to scale up Mynaric's production. This isn't just about making more satellites, it's about making them faster and more efficiently. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. Europe's push for space sovereignty isn't just about national pride, it's about security and economic independence. With geopolitical tensions rising, having domestic capabilities in satellite manufacturing and launch is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. Rocket Lab's move into Germany isn't just a business decision, it's a geopolitical one. They are aligning themselves with Europe's long-term goals, and that's a smart play. But here's a question I've been thinking about: how will this impact the global space market? Rocket Lab is already a major player, but this expansion could shift the balance of power in the industry. If they succeed in becoming Europe's go-to provider for satellites and launches, it could challenge other players like SpaceX or Arianespace. This raises a deeper question: are we seeing the beginning of a new space race, but this time between private companies vying for regional dominance? In closing, Rocket Lab's expansion into Germany isn't just another headline, it's a strategic move that could reshape Europe's space industry. Personally, I think this is just the beginning. As Europe doubles down on space sovereignty, companies like Rocket Lab are going to play a pivotal role. The question is, how will the rest of the world respond? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, the space game just got a whole lot more interesting.